Hello, I'm David.
And I'm Lucy.
Welcome to a special Valentine's Day episode of Tudoriferous. I know, lovely. And this time?
A Renaissance love story.
Oh, that is nice to have a Valentine's episode that's actually nice, as opposed to, sex and why you shouldn't.
We still haven't done the sex and why you should episode. That'll be later, I think. Now, this is the story of Pier Maria Rossi and Bianca Pellegrini. So we're back in Italy, I'm afraid.
Back in Italy, yes. Well, we looked for a love story in England at the time, and everyone went, no.
No. It's mainly about Pierre, and it's Pierre as short for Piero. He's not French, he is Italian. Right. But there's not a lot of information about Bianca. And their love is immortalised in frescoes in Pierre's Castello di Torrechiaro in Emilia-Romagna. But actually, it's Bianca's castle, since Pierre built it for her.
Oh, that's nice. And filled it with pictures of himself.
Yes. Here you are. When I'm away, you can look at me. But who are these people? We will look at Pierre and his wife, Antonia.
Oh.
His lover, Bianca. And her husband, Melchior.
Okay.
And the beautiful Castello Torrechiaro. So it's complicated, shall we say.
Well, I suppose it's a rare thing where you get a romantic story like Henry VII, when it's like, oh, good heavens, it was his wife.
Yes. No, we've done that one, unfortunately. We can tick off romantic stories with their spouses.
It does worry me that we literally have a word, uxoriousness, for being excessively in love with your wife. I mean, the fact that we have a word for that is a worrying sign.
Yes. No, there's none of that nonsense here. Anyway, there are 5 characters in this story, the 4 people and the lovely castle, which is odd because you usually get 2 in a love story, or possibly 3, but no, we got 5 in ours. Pier Maria Rossi. And Pierre, you won't be surprised to hear, was a condottiere. I don't think there were any other jobs, was there? It seems that all these noblemen were skint and needed ways to top up their income. But if you are looking for a knight in shining armour, you need look no further than Pier Maria Rossi, because he is literally that.
Excellent.
And he was known as Il Magnifico.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I mean, we've heard that before. It's a title rather than a description. He was a proper Renaissance man. He was a linguist, a patron of the arts. He had interests in music and astronomy. So, ticked all the boxes.
Yes.
He was born 25th March, 1413. So the year Henry V became king. So we're going back a bit. He does live until 2 years before Henry VII, so it's as near as damn it, yes.
Yes, he overlaps with Henry Tudor and in his life.
Yes, and it's very difficult finding love stories at this time. He married Antonia when he was 15, and probably not the happiest of marriages, since his relationship with Bianca was common knowledge, not when he was 15, I mean when he was a bit older.
Yeah. Even though they thought themselves in love at 15, which is probably unlikely, it was arranged, I'm sure. I mean, very few people are still with their first partner,
No. And probably much relieved for it, I think, looking back. Pierre's father signed him up to the service of Filippo Maria Visconti of Milan. Visconti was in a bit of a bad way, possibly due to the fact that his parents were first cousins.
Well, we've heard worse.
We have, but I think it did have an effect. He had rickets when he was a child, which is not unknown. When I lived in Pepignon, I came across kids with rickets. Very strange. You think of that as being Dickensian. It affected his ability to walk for the rest of his life. He couldn't stand for very long either. And when his father had died and his mother became regent, his older brother had her arrested and she died in prison.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, what a family life. And Visconti was lucky not to be given the same treatment, but he'd been sent away to Pavia, and with his health issues, he wasn't deemed a threat. So...
underestimated.
Yeah, a bit of Claudius.
Yes.
Luckily for Visconti, his brother was assassinated, so he got to be Duke of Milan, and Pierre was in his service. So they are a whole life in about 3 sentences there.
That does suggest, because, when you hear, okay, he put his mother in prison, I was thinking, okay, there's a backstory there. I'm not quite sure what, but then I find, and then he was assassinated. Okay, it's probably him then.
Yes, yeah. He'd probably felt very at home in Naples. When Visconti died in 1447, Pierre sided with Francesco Sforza, and he was the one for whom Leonardo da Vinci created his giant horse sculpture, although he never quite got around to putting Francesco on the horse. I don't think he lost interest by then. And he only got around to making the horse out of clay, and then it was blown to pieces by the French. So anyway, it was him, that one.
Surely, Leonardo. I mean, have people officially diagnosed him with ADHD? I mean, the man seems to. I mean, he's highly creative. He's really focused in the moment, and then he has another brilliant idea, and he moves on to it. I mean, there's incredible things people with ADHD can do, but it's just kind of he does seem to have never finished anything.
No, and I've been finding exactly the same thing with Michelangelo. The same symptoms. Yeah, I think they might both have been. Yeah. I get a bit annoyed with these ADHD and dyspraxia and all this. I think, well, it used to be that you were allowed to be clumsy and shy and everything. Now you don't seem to be allowed to be these things anymore.
Yes, I suppose as long as it's used to kind of help people, as long as it's this is a useful thing that we can give you so that you can make sure you have the right affordances and the right things in place, then that's great. It's only when it's kind of used to kind of talk down to people that it's a problem, I think.
Yeah, maybe I'm saying that because Michelle says I'm definitely a suitable case for treatment. Pierre did Francesco proud by taking back the many castles and towns in Parma that had been taken by the condottieri, Ottobuono di Terzi. And that's what Italy was at this time. We keep coming across rogue condottieri who just take cities for themselves. Pierre then rushed back to help Francesco take Piacenza. So Pierre is definitely earning his keep. And he gained the epithet Father of the Fatherland, Author of Parma's Freedom. Ooh. I don't know from whom, but that's what they called him. In 1448, he defeated Venice in a naval battle. So, land and sea. Not air, though, strangely.
No, well... Now that would have been impressive.
Yes.
Leonardo coming over with his helicopter.
Then he suppressed risings in Parma. And they had decided that Francesco Sforza was no better than Ottobuono di Terzi. So I'm not sure if they let him keep the title of Father of the Fatherland, Author of Parma's Freedom. Probably not.
No.
A couple of years later, Pierre was badly wounded in the arm and leg. But in 1450, he was back protecting Milan for the Venetians. And then, 1454, something happened which must have spelt disaster for condottieri. The Peace of Lodi.
Oh, peace.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it really was. For about 40 years, up until when Charles turned up, it wasn't bad. I mean, by Italian standards, but it really wasn't bad. And if you're wondering what a condottieri does in those pesky times of peace, he became ambassador for Galeazzo Maria Sforza, the one who fed an entire hare to a poacher.
Yeah.
I like to give these people little epithets so that you remember who they are. He was sent to Rome to congratulate Pope Sixtus IV on his succession. That's nice.
Oh, yes.
And then Galeazzo Maria was assassinated, and his son Gian Galeazzo, the one that looks like a puppy, took over. And he was still a minor, so his mother, is it Bona or Bona? Of Savoy.
I think it's... I've always heard it as Bona, but...
Okay. Bona of Savoy was made part of a Regency Council. And another on that council was Pier Maria Rossi. So he was effectively ruling Milan, albeit by committee.
Yeah, even so.
But then Uncle Ludovico Sforza put Gian Galeazzo under house arrest and fed him with copious amounts of alcohol and prostitutes, and then poisoned him, probably.
Yes.
Just a normal family day out.
That's the quick version of that.
But because Pierre had sided with Bona of Savoy, he was automatically Ludovico's enemy and found himself being besieged by Ludovico's troops at the fortress of San Secondo in Parma, which was the Rossi family estate. I don't know if he was related to Francis Rossi. Almost certainly, I would think.
I think at this distance.
As was often the case with sieges, it seems to have been a bit leaky since Pierre was able to get out and go to one of their other castles, leaving his son Guido literally to hold the fort. Oh. And it didn't go well, and Guido was forced to flee to Venice, where he lived in exile until his death. And there was a reason for Pierre doing this. He was 69. We whizzed through his life quite quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And very ill. And he died on September the 1st, 1482.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Because for some reason in my head I still had this as the early part of his life before he met the love of his life. I was like, no, hang on. Unless we're about to tell a really good and rare, love story of love in later life springing and blooming with delight, then no. Okay.
No, well, I was thinking it's hard to see where he fitted Antonia in, never mind Bianca. But just have to imagine it was all going on in the background.
Yes.
We hear a bit more about it from other sources than his. He seemed to have more of a condottieri type story. I know it's his love story, but, he was busy elsewhere, which, strangely, the ladies were not quite so much.
No. This is often the way, isn't it? I mean, you think of sort of the tale of like Lancelot, and you get half the stories are about him going on grail quests and slaying things, and the other half are about him frolicking, maying and catching carts and climbing in through windows. And it's you kind of think, when did he think, right, that's enough messing about with my king's wife, now time for war?
Yes, off to work. Yeah, I was seeing a very definite Lancelot and Guinevere feel about this, because you're encouraged to side with them in the story, aren't you? You're not encouraged to side with Arthur.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a damp lettuce, I thought, Arthur, in
Mallory.
Mallory, yeah.
Yeah. I think Mallory was very influenced by the French tradition. I know that in earlier versions, sort of, which is more the Old English tradition, where kind of Gawain is the more of the lead character. Guinevere's infidelity is a big problem. So I think it's
Arthur's a much more admirable character.
But of course, Lancelot is French, so the French writers did want to bring him out a bit more.
Yeah, it's interesting that the kings all want to be descended from Arthur and not Lancelot, though. But then I suppose that is the proper bloodline.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I think famously, Guinevere never had any children with anyone. So if it was Lancelot, it would have to be from his, because it would have to be from Owen Galahad, is Lancelot's only son, and he famously never was with anyone because he's pure and spotless, and
Yeah, he was one of the very, very few who could see the Holy Grail.
Yes.
I think there were 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. Antonia. This is the much put upon wife. She was the daughter of Guido Torelli, another condottieri and another of Bona of Savoy's adherents, and another condottieri who died at the age of 69, which I think is pretty good going, considering the life they lead. Yeah, it's not a bad age.
No.
And you would think with Pierre being holed up in the castle Torrechiaro with the girlfriend, he wouldn't have spent much time for his wife. But we know she was there when he was fighting in Parma. I'm not sure whether that was for the Parma folk or against them that time. And they did have 10 children. So,
wow.
Yeah, he must have been with her at some point.
Yes.
And you do wonder what on earth Pierre was thinking when he had a winter residence built for Bianca, not very far from where Antonia and the kids were in San Secondo.
I mean, if you want to be really, really sort of hope for the best about it, it could be Antonia's going, look, I'm pregnant, just leave me alone. Look, go, yes. She's just over there. Come back when I'm ready to have another kid.
Maybe, yes, maybe. Maybe it's a great relief. Perhaps they got together and she said, look, just take him off my hands, for God's sake. Well, this castle was known as Rocca Bianca. And the town around it also gained the name Rocca Bianca. And it must have ground Antonia's, unless you're right, must have ground her soul into the earth every time someone just would say, I'm just popping out to the Rocca Bianca. Do you need anything? I hate that place.
Yes.
But Pierre did have the decency to render the castle and to paint it white, so the name was slightly ambivalent.
Yes.
And this was just Bianca's winter quarters. He also built her a summer castle.
Well, he's not a barbarian.
No,
His mistress has got to have at least 2 palaces.
You've got to have one cosy one for the winter. The eldest son, Giovanni, was not only disinherited, but he was known as Giovanni il Diseridato, just to rub it in.
Oh.
Giovanni the Disinherited.
Oh.
And his father seems to have done this because they disagreed on virtually everything, especially any political matters.
Yeah.
They're like the Hanoverians.
Oh.
Giovanni then went to work for the King of France.
Ooh.
He did have his lands returned to him when Ludovico Sforza had to flee Milan, taking no one with him but his girlfriend, their baby, and the astrologer. And Louis XII of France moved in. So siding with the French paid off for him, really.
Yeah.
And if you want to see how much humanist education had taken hold by this point, Giovanni's children were called Troilus, Alexander, Hector, and Penthesilea.
Wow, that last one.
Yes, Penthesilea.
Also, it just occurred to me that he's going to the King of France now. I'm slightly loose on exactly which date that was, but if it's any time
I think we're
around...
about
Yes,
Yeah,
so
Charles.
if he's, I think Charles and Louis XI, they know about fathers not getting on with sons.
No, yes. Yeah, that's probably why he was welcomed in with open arms. And then probably Hippolytus Sforza said, is there room for me as well? Well, poor Antonia, as if life hadn't been crap enough for her, she died of plague in 1468.
Oh. Yeah.
Bianca, the love interest, she was probably a lady in waiting to the Duchess of Milan, Bianca Maria Visconti.
Uh-huh.
And that's not the Bianca Maria, is it? No, it's not. It's far too early. It's not the Bianca Maria that married.
Was it? Oh, it's not Joffrey, is it?
No. I wasn't testing you. I was trying to remember his name. Maximilian.
Oh, Maximilian. Oh, gosh,
Yes.
yes. Oh, sorry, Maximilian. I've forgotten about your second wife. Mind you, so did you.
Yes, quite frequently. Yes, no, I wasn't testing you. I just had a senior moment. It was in the court of Milan where she met Pierre and went with him back to Parma, much to the delight of Antonia, no doubt.
Yeah.
And despite being married to Melchior di Aluno, so she left everything to be with Pierre. She left her land, marriage, family, presumably reputation. Mm-hmm. She just walked away. This was around 1440.
I mean, I think you mentioned you were going to come on to Melchior, so I'll reserve judgment.
Yes. No, you'll be quite surprised about Melchior. Obviously, they weren't all going to shack up together in one big happy family, so as we heard, Pierre had 2 castles built for her. And he commissioned medals to be made, showing the 2 of them, showing him and Bianca, not him and
Antonia.
Yeah. And there were famous frescoes, much more of that in a minute, so it's not a discreet affair.
No.
And we heard that Pierre had an interest in astronomy, and we hear also that, I don't know where the source is from, but Bianca and Pierre like to sit outside of an evening and look at the night sky. So that's nice, nice little glimpse into their life, because that is the only glimpse we get into their romantic life. They like to sit outside at night.
The question is, since they are so into astrology to the extent that they appear to have taken them with them, It's like...
No, that was Ludovico.
Oh, Ludovico. Oh, sorry.
Yes,
I got mixed up.
he's into astronomy, so maybe he's a relatively sane person.
Oh, well, now that is interesting, because then it's genuinely interesting. Maybe it's just that Antonio just did not share his interest in astronomy, and Bianca's really into it.
Yes. Or she's just willing to sit outside and look at the stars and say, yeah, that's fascinating. Well, this is a bit of a leap. Bianca died in 1480 or thereabouts and was buried in her summer palace, Torrechiaro. She was 63. And 2 years later, Piero was buried next to her. Oh. So as you can see, their relationship lasted a long, long time, about 40 years.
And well after his wife died. So it's this sense of... So it really does seem that she really was the love of his life, as opposed to just, a distraction.
Yes. Well... I couldn't find out when Melchior died because I was wondering why they didn't get married, and I can only assume that Melchior must have outlived them. Mm. Yeah, and this was a famous love story even at the time. Mm. As we say, the Lancelot and Guinevere type, where you just have to forget that they are actually married to other people. Melchior. About Melchiore, I suppose. About Melchiore di Arluno, we know absolutely nothing. I could find out nothing at all. Yes. No, poor man. His wife walked out of his life and we know absolutely nothing about him.
I mean, it's an unusual... I mean, I know obviously it's the name of one of the Magi, but I mean, does that indicate maybe, I don't know, some link to Hungary? Because I think there are some Melchiors in Hungary. Is that somewhere back in his family tree?
Maybe. I looked him up. I mean, I discovered Arluno looks like a very nice place. Yes. I hope that was some compensation for him, but no, I can't tell you anything about him. And I did spend quite a lot of time searching.
Maybe he was just catastrophically boring. She just leaves him.
Yeah. And there's Pierre comes strutting in his armour, and she looks at Melchior in his flat cap or something, sitting there picking his teeth, and then he looks over at Pierre and says, right, I'm off.
Yeah.
Right, the fifth member of the family, the Castello Torrechiara. And this is what the love story is most famous for, because this castle was, you can either see it as a love token between the two of them, or possibly the pied-à-terre of a love rat. I'm sure that's how it would come across in the Daily Express. But the frescoes imply it was definitely the former, and they still exist. You can still go and see them. This is where the pictures come. Now, I will put the pictures on the website as well. I know we keep doing this. It's meant to be an audio podcast, so we keep bringing pictures into it. Mm-hmm. The castle sits on what looks like a hill fort. I don't know if it's a natural one or whether it's been built up. Mm-hmm. But it's really very pretty, I think. It's got 4 towers at each side and very square, but little pointy roofs. Very nice looking. Nice, really gentle stone.
It looks like it would withstand defence, but also, yes, that it had with an eye to something aesthetic as well. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, no, it looks very, very nice indeed. If you go into the Camera d'Oro, the Golden Room, this was their bedroom, and the walls and ceilings are covered in pictures and emblems of their love.
Oh.
And so the first picture is a picture of Pierre in full armour with a little fat baby angel next to him, which is presumably Cupid.
Yeah, I mean, he looks... Cupid does look quite fed up.
Yes.
Just...
And it's always... He's a baby shape, but he's about a 5-year-old size.
Yes.
Why could the Renaissance people knew what babies look like, surely.
Yeah.
They had babies. They couldn't paint them.
I mean, at least if it's baby Jesus, they're probably trying to do the whole, the man, the God, all that things. But no, this is supposed to be a God that actually looks like a baby in this tradition.
And he always was a baby, wasn't he? Did he? Well, I don't know much about. Did he grow up?
Well, it's a funny thing because Cupid tends to be shown as a baby, but Eros, his Greek version, tends to be a beautiful young man. So it's maybe that was thought to be a little much by the Romans. No, nothing was too much for the Romans.
And they chose a baby instead.
Yeah.
Another fresco shows Pier handing Bianca his sword. So presumably this is a reference to courtly love. I will fight for you. All of this.
Oh, she's faded a bit.
Yes, yes, they have. I mean, they're very old.
Yes, no, fair enough.
But
he's still extremely visible. Whereas...
Yes, I mean, looks as if, I don't know if Antonia's been round and sort of scrubbed her face out or something.
But the veil over the back of her... Sorry, everyone who's not looking at the pictures at this point. But the veil over the...
describe it, but yeah.
The veil over the back of her head is still very clear, but it's like her face and body have kind of... As if they used the wrong paint, like Leonardo, and it's all fallen off. It's just...
Well, yeah, he's much clearer, and you can see he's a sort of archetypal... I mean, if you were to choose a knight, I'm thinking I haven't seen that one with Heath Ledger, but I mean that's.
Oh, but from the poster, yes, he really does look like Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale, doesn't he?
Very blonde, yes. He's what you'd choose really. The sky. I don't know why I'm pointing. I mean, obviously people can't see. You know where the sky is.
Yes, I can see the sky.
Yeah, that's still a beautiful blue, and it must have cost a fortune because that'll be crushed lapis lazuli.
Oh, ultramarine.
And from what I seem to remember, it only comes from Afghanistan, and was more expensive than gold. So it'd been cheaper to paint their ceiling in gold than to paint this sky.
Gosh. Well, I suppose if it is their bedroom, well, but they probably had a canopy, but if they didn't, that would be the thing they'd be seeing the most. So it's just...
Yes. Well, I did think he outlived her for a couple of years, so it must have been quite comforting to be lying there looking at the pictures of them.
Yeah.
Or not, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe he spent all the time crying, but thinking, oh, there she is.
Do we know who these four figures are in the ceiling?
Yes, we do.
Oh.
It's Bianca. And she's wandering around the estate looking for her lover. And you can tell where she is because the landscape under her feet is labelled like a map, but you have to get in quite close.
Yes.
And it may be a pun. We love puns, didn't we, at that time? Mm-hmm. Bianca Pellegrini. Pellegrini meaning pilgrims. So she's doing on a pilgrimage.
Oh, I can see the pilgrim staff, yes.
Yeah, and there's a star there that they like to look at, wasn't it, together?
Yeah. Oh, you can see her much more clearly on these. These have survived.
Yes. I suppose nobody's sort of scuffing up against them up there, are they? I don't know where he's gone, that she's looking for him. I mean, he must have been off quite a lot, but it seemed to be a trope. Because if we remember, Maximilian wrote a whole autobiography / novel about him looking for Mary of Burgundy. It seems that the Renaissance landscape is completely riddled with lovers wandering about looking for each other. But it is a very beautiful scene. I mean, that blue helps, doesn't it? It is a lovely colour.
No, it's gorgeous. Yes, no, I mean, he put a lot of both money and effort into this.
He really did, yes. Yeah, I'm glad they've survived. Because it's not religious, it's not classical, it's just them. And I think that's probably what makes it unique, because people didn't really do that, from what I can gather.
Yes.
I mean, he might have had a picture of himself, but I'm not sure he'd have had pictures of the missus, or not missus, all over the place. Yeah, so this was one of the most famous love stories of the time. And it's definitely the one you come across when you've actually arranged to do something different for Valentine's Day and discovered it didn't work. So have frenetically to search the internet for a Renaissance love story.
Don't spoil the magic. Next up, people will be noticing that we don't always record these things in order.
I think Michelle and I gave away the magic at Christmas by saying, well, hasn't the year gone quickly? It's almost as if it was only October. Didn't actually hear much of their life together because you have to sort of extrapolate it from the courtly imagery that's left. But, you know, if someone built me a couple of castles, I'd assume they were quite fond of me.
Yes, you've got to hope so.
Rob, where's my card?
Anything? Any word? Yeah.
Somewhere on a hill would be nice, given that we're surrounded by floodwater at the moment.
Yeah.
So everyone have a happy Valentine's, either with partner or perhaps even happier without.
Oh. Ideally, don't go wandering over the hills looking for them, because they might be with their wife.
Yeah. I think that's what Tinder's for, isn't it? To stop people wandering about the hillsides.
That should be their next advertising campaign. Are you tired? Wondering where your lover has gone.
Well, his doesn't look, rather hers doesn't look quite as dramatic as Maximilian's.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember he climbed up mountains and skated across thin ice, and he did all sorts of things, where she just seems to wander around in circles under a blue sky.
Wow.
But then it wasn't true when he did his.
No.
Oh, bless him. All right, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.